This Raw Vision video is brought to you by Metro Solar, proud partner of the Richmond Football Club.
Tim, thanks for joining us on Raw Vision, presented by Metro Solar. And it was a pretty tight opening term there against Port Melbourne on the weekend. But what happened sort of after quarter time to see the lead slip away?
Yeah, Port Melbourne came out after quarter time and really won the ball inside, and our boys couldn't really go with them. They're strong midfielders, their quality midfielders really got going in terms of possessions, and we couldn't hang in there, and they were able to capitalise on the scoreboard and take that momentum into the third quarter as well. And I think if you look at the stats, they had 36 or 38 inside 50s in those two quarters to our 12 or 13. So it was, our backs did well to contain their forwards, considering the amount of ball that Port Melbourne had going in there.
Shawn Greek, he was one that returned from injury on the weekend. How was his first game back?
Shawn played a good game for his first game back. He had, in terms of involvement, he had over 30 touches. He had 9 clearances, tackles. He played a good inside mid-game. There's some things in his that we've been training heavily over the last 6 to 8 weeks that he needs to work on in the next couple of weeks in his training, and to make sure when he goes into our senior side that he does what we expect. And I'm sure Shawn will work on that in the next couple of weeks.
And how's Chris Knight's going now that he's got 2 games under his belt?
Yeah, Chris has been good. You know, he missed a lot of football, Chris, and he did come back and play a couple of games, but he's a work in progress. His attitude's been fantastic. His work rate's always there. It's just on the weekend we couldn't win the ball. He was playing as a high forward, and when the team's not winning the ball, it's hard to get involved in that position, and he struggled a little bit in that area on the weekend, but I'm sure Chris will bounce back. He's a quality player.
And Ben Lennon, he's another one that got a fair bit of the ball. Is he doing enough for a senior recall at the moment?
Yeah, we tried a new position for Ben. He played on the wing, which he hasn't done yet, and he played a really good game. He ran really hard defensively to help out our backs, and then worked up the ground. And like you said, he had 28 touches, and he's doing a lot of right things, Ben. We're still focusing on his contest stuff. He needs to improve in that area so he can be a regular senior player in the next 12 months. If he improves his inside game, we all know that he can play outside, and he's a skillful player, and we'll keep working on that with Ben.
There's a few important games coming up. After the loss, are a final still a possibility, or have you had to reassess that?
They are. We know that we had to win 4 out of 5 to get into the finals, and the next 3 games are really important. We've got Sandy, who we played them earlier in the year in a practice game, and it was a very competitive game, and it was here, and the game's going to be here again, which is really good. They've got a few injuries, Sandy, and so do the Saints, but it'll be a competitive game with the way they play, and we just need to match them inside. We can't afford to have a game like we did on the weekend where the opposition midfield take control. We need to control it in there with our ruck advantage, and if we can do that, get it inside to our forwards, I don't think they'll be able to compete with us. But the next 3 or 4 weeks will really, probably the next 2 weeks will really set up to see whether we're a chance to play finals.
Good luck getting the win this Saturday.
Thanks, Jamie.